Alright guys, Tuesday, April 7th, just about 3:15 in the afternoon. Back up at Les's shop. Say hello, Les.
Hello.
So we've brought the jack stands, some mats to lay on. We got the car pretty much ready to go where we want it to be. So the objective is to get the car up on stands to start working on the bottom of the car, like taking bumpers off, draining fuel tank, etc., etc. So Les is already screwing up what he's doing here, so I better stop and tell him what he needs to do. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, we've got the car up on stands. 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, 2 at the rear, and then 1 at the very rear as a safety. Just under that crossbar that goes underneath the trunk, where there's a fastener that attaches to it. We've just got a spare back there. It's always good to have a couple stands in just in case one collapses. You can probably put the jack in underneath there if you like to, just in case, but I think we're good. So I think we'll get under there, have a quick look, and we'll start removing the bumpers. Okay, as I mentioned, I've not done a rubber bumper car before, so this will be fun, a new learning experience for me. I did take a look at the parts book, just to get an idea of what needs to come off. First thing we're going to take off is this license plate frame, which has a couple fasteners here in the front, and it looks to be a couple bolts here in the back. So we'll undo those, and we'll remove that first, then we'll move on to the main part of the bumper. Okay, Les, no swearing. No swearing. Okay, wiring harness is out. Side marker lamps are out. Radiator overflow bottle is out. Les has got most of the support structure for the front bumper out. He's just removing the carbon canister bracket off the top of the radiator mount. What else can I show you? Looking pretty bare in there. Just have the rear harness to take out. We'll work on that in a little bit. So, alright, so we've got to figure out what's left on the front bumper. I'm going to go have a look underneath and see what's under there. So I was just saying to Les that when this car was in that front impact, you can see how it split the front fenders off the front valence. You see that big gap there? It's just pulled out the fasteners. Same on this side over here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. Split there as well. Anyway, some more damage, but we were aware that the... Huh?
That's what happens when you hit a curb.
No, it's more than a curb, Les.
No, it's not.
Well, we know the front valence was pushed back in significantly.
Hell's worth money, shut up.
Okay guys, bumper is off. It wasn't too bad. Just the bolts holding the outside of the bumper to the fenders were metric, which was kind of odd, so that threw us for a bit of a loop. The rest of it came off okay. So here you can see the damage to the front valence. It's not too bad. It actually could be pulled out and repaired. So, but you can see where it was pushed in. So yeah, another job done. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to pull off the sway bar and the radiator protection shield, and then we'll get the rad out, and we'll go from there. I think Les, well, we've got the door open at the back. We're going to drain that old fuel tank out so we can get some breeze in here while he's doing that, because I'm sure that fuel stinks like old varnish. So it'll be good to get some draft going in here. Tomorrow is supposed to be fairly cold, I think, so this might be the last time we'll be able to get the door open for a few days, because it doesn't look like it's getting too warm over the next little while. Anyway, we'll come back in a bit. Alright guys, Les has got the tank out successfully. Went out pretty easily actually. There wasn't much gas in it, which is great. So Les didn't even get too much gas on himself, which is also great, although I was kind of looking forward to a show that never transpired.
What? What never transpired?
You getting soaked in gas.
Well, hands are.
So we just put the tank out here for now. It's pretty stinky. We're taking a look at the inside of it. Actually looks very good. Probably not going to be able to see this, but no rust, which is
Show them there's tape. There was tape on it.
quite unusual. That looks pretty good.
Show them.
Yeah, there was a little
there.
black
We're
tape
not
on the
sure if
corner. I don't know if
that's
there's a little pinhole there or something, but
Look, there's
Yeah.
tape.
no, it's not normal, Les. So I don't know if that was a little patch or something. I mean, I'll probably have to get the tank pressure tested, see if there's any pinholes. But it looks pretty good inside.
How much do they do?
All right, I was working on the getting that rad support, not the rad support, the radiator protection shield undone underneath, but I've got the sway bar bolts off, and I think we're probably going to call it a night. Les is getting a little tired. So I think that'll probably be it for tonight. So we made pretty good progress again. Obviously got the air dam off as well when we took the bumper off. So that's looking pretty good. It was nice to get the harness out. Nice to get the tank out. So that's good. So next thing, I think we'll work on the rear bumper. Obviously get the bottom of that rad protection shield off, and we'll get the rad out, and we'll move on from there. Getting pretty close. Just having another quick look at the car while I'm waiting for Les. And remember, Les was talking about why I couldn't see the mounting bolts for the body on the rear here. It's because there's a plate scabbed in right over the top of the floor underneath all those garbage bag materials. So there they are under there, and I can see a hole actually under there as well. So that's why I couldn't see the bolts. I'm sure it's probably the same on that side underneath the garbage bag as well. Doesn't look like a big hole, but obviously they put a pretty big plate in there. So we'll pull that off just to have a look eventually when we need to.